this cold world, in this cold world. How the fuck we supposed to survive in this cold world, in this cold world, in this cold world?
High Class Street Music 5.
I just had my first.
It's your boy Samson the Bad Guy. You already know what it is with me. And I'm riding with my brother, none other than It's Your Biggs, a.k.a. the Soul Captain. And we are the tag team champs of the booth. We get together and give you that fire live, plus that energetic play-by-play announcing with a few sideline views and the Samson showstoppers. We give you that split screen with that ESPN feel. So if you looking, we booking, and you know we tapping in with the booth cam for the pregame. No place too far. No place too close. Drop the Addy in the DM. We'll plug you in and pull up and showcase some of the top games in your area on YouTube as well as Facebook. It's Local Locker Room, baby. You can check us out on all 4 platforms. You already know.
What's happening? What it do? You know the vibes. You know the energy. You know what it is, man. It's your boy Samson, the Bad Guy. And we are here for another promo show, another promo show, another promo show. It is getting ready to go down. Cold World 3. Cold World 3, powered by Gridiron Select Events. It's getting ready to hop off. You see what it is right here on Local Locker Room Network. We're going to be out there streaming. My brother Bravo is going to be in the building as well. So make sure you tap in again. Cold World 3. It's getting ready to go down, man. It's getting ready to go down. We're going to let a couple people get in here while I share this thing around where it needs to go. You know the vibes and the energy, man. 1 second. Hope everybody's having a good week, man. Cold World. There's a lot of football getting ready to pop off. A whole lot of football getting ready to pop off, man. I hope y'all ready for it. I hope y'all ready to pull up and get it in. You got Cold World jumping off. A whole lot of football getting ready to pop off, man. We got a whole lot getting ready to go on. Hold on, let me share this joint. 1 second. 1 second. Let's share this joint around real quick. And we're going to get right into it. We're going to get right into it. Cold World getting ready to go down, man. Hold on 1 second. Ever since I can remember, I was popping my collar, popping my collar, popping collar. Ever since I can remember. What up, Los? What it do, homie? Ain't working. For some reason. Messages ain't coming up like they supposed to. I don't know why. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Hold on, I'm working on something. Well, that ain't working as planned. Anyway, you know the vibes and the energy, man. You know what it is. It's getting ready to go down. It's getting ready to pop off, hop off, whatever y'all want to call it. As I'm dropping shit. Welcome in, man. Again, Cold World's getting ready to go down, man. Cold World right out there in Glen Allen, Virginia. My man, Royal Cousins. Gridiron Select Events. What up? What's your Sylvester Russell? What's happening? What you know what it is? It's getting ready to go down. We getting ready to go through day 1 matchups out here in Cold World. Hold on 1 second. No ducking football. Good luck with that. Hey, listen, good luck with that. We're going to get into that, man. We got 2 events going on this weekend. Well, we got shout out first and foremost. Shout out to my man Juwan Banks and his whole crew. Ryan, Coach Slade, Rue, Coach TJ, the whole coaching staff. Shout out to them guys and the parents that getting ready to go down to Texas, to the Battle, Texas. So salute to them. I hope that they pop off and do what they got to do. Also, shout out to my man Paul Rodriguez, a.k.a. Reggie. They getting ready to take PME's 13U. They getting ready to go down to Florida to play 2 top teams, man. So shout out to them. I hope they can get it done. Reggie, Kiki, the whole crew, man. I hope they can get it done. Shout out to both of them. Go rep and put on for the DMV. You know what it is. And then right here we got in Richmond, the shit show getting ready to pop off. In Richmond, you got the shit show getting ready to pop off with some good matchups, man. If you don't know what I mean by the shit show, that is my guy, Lucas and Real have put together a good card out there, man. Mega Sports going to be in the building. Rolling with Rail going to be in the building. Line with Lucas going to be in the building. This is the card that is going on in Richmond. This is the card that's going on in Richmond, man. Y'all see what it is. You see what's going down. We're going to get into the matchups and all that good stuff. But that's going on this weekend as well in Richmond, man. It's called the Shit Show, man. Y'all see what it is. Y'all know what it is. Some good matchups. You got a lot of the powerhouse 540 teams taking on some of the Berg teams. You got Glenlee in the building. You got the Wildcats in the building. Richmond Spiders in the building. And we got a Canes team in the building. So that's going to be a card going down in Richmond, man. Make sure you hit up my man Lucas. Line with Lucas. You know the vibes and the energy, man. Make sure you hit him up, tap in, or rolling with Rail. Y'all know where to find them guys at. Again, Mega Sports going to be in the building as well. So that's going to be a dope-ass cards. You're going to have some good games going on with that card. 10 Pops in the building. What's happening with your folk? Bravo in the building. What's going on with you? What's happening with you, man? Make sure you share, and share the live. Again, you got games getting ready to pop off with this. Hold on 1 second. Just hold on. I'm coming home. Excuse me, my bad. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some pimping in it. Y'all know the vibes and the energy, man. We're going to run down real quick some of the games on this card. Again, first up, as you can see it, you got the Petersburg Tide versus the Wildcats. Petersburg Tide getting ready to take on the Wildcats. And that good matchup for the Shit Show. That's a 9U game. Then you got the Powerhouse Hawks, 11. You got the Powerhouse Hawks getting ready to take on the Glenlee Lions in the 10U game. Then in the 8U game, you got the Powerhouse Hawks. I seen that Powerhouse Hawks 10U. They just knocked off the Jags. I seen that Powerhouse Hawks 10U. They just knocked off the Jags, man. They just knocked the Jags off. I seen the Berg boys, but they had to play the Ferrari boys, you feel me? They came out, they balled out, they did what they were supposed to do. But I definitely seen it. I seen it jumping. And then you got, like I said, I seen the 10U Powerhouse. I haven't seen Glenlee's 10U, but I have seen the 10U Powerhouse team. I watched them this past weekend do what they do. They got the victory, and I believe they won the championship, as a matter of fact. They got the victory in the championship game in a dogfight over the DMVU Jags 10U. So, number 24, I'm not going to give y'all all the scoop or all the info, but just know that when you playing that Powerhouse 10U, you better be paying attention to number 4 and number 24. I don't know if 24 going to be wearing that number during the season. I talked to his dad. He might not. I'm not going to put it all out there, but understand, if you've seen the games this weekend, if you've seen Powerhouse play, number 4 and number 24 in the Powerhouse Hawks 10U team was pretty daggone nice. Not knocking nobody else that was on that team, but them two put in that work this weekend. They caught my attention, and they'll be playing the Glenlee Lions. Then you got the Powerhouse Hawks 8U versus the Richmond Spiders 8U. Don't know much about neither one of those teams. Haven't had a chance to see neither one of those teams play, so I can't speak so much on those teams. But then you got the 12U Powerhouse Hawks. I've seen them play. They're not as big as they was last year. They lost a lot of size. They lost a big back. They still got good skill players, but they're not as big as they was last year. Not as big as they was last year. So the 12U Powerhouse Hawks, again, they're way smaller than they was last year. But as I've said before with the Powerhouse Hawks, as I've said before with the Powerhouse Hawks and the rest of those orgs out there in the Roanoke area, not many of them have odd numbers. In fact, the 434 Silverbacks was the first team I talked to out there that's actually going to have a 7U team that's going to have an odd number. Most of them out there got even numbers, so the Powerhouse 12U right now probably got a lot of 11s, because last year they had a lot of 12s. So this year they probably got a lot of 11s. They probably got a lot of 11s. And you can see it in the size difference compared to last year. They still got some ballers, but they're just not as big. 12U Berg boys, I haven't seen them play yet. I don't know. I know that normally the Berg boys is a stout team. You feel what I'm saying? It's a stout team. So normally they got some size. Normally they play power football. But that don't mean they're doing that this year. So we're going to see what's happening with that. And then you got the Powerhouse Hawks 6U versus the Berg boys 6U. Haven't seen neither one of them play yet. And then you got the Canes 8U versus the Berg boys 8U. That's going down on Saturday. That's going down at the Shit Show on Saturday. You see Mega Sports in the building. You can see Rolling with Rail gonna be in the building, so make sure y'all tap in. My man Line with Lucas, that's their card out there in Richmond. Make sure you tap in. Make sure you tap in. Make sure you tap in. Next up, we got the event that I'm gonna be at. The event that Bravo's gonna be at. Royal Cousins, Cold World, Cold World 3. Cold World 3, man, it's getting ready to go down. Cold World 3, Cold World 3. I was at Cold World 2. I was at Cold World 2. It's getting ready to pop off again. Cold World 3 is getting ready to go down, and we're going to get into some of the games. We're going to get into some of the Friday games. We're going to start. It's 2 locations. It is 2 locations. So we're going to start off at Hermitage High School. There's 2 locations going on. We're going to start off at Hermitage High School, the first location. That's where my man Bravo is probably going to be. And in that, Bravo's going to have a 9U matchup. The games are going to start at 4:05. The games at Hermitage are going to start at 4:05. There's going to be a 9U matchup. The 9U matchup is going to consist of City Life and the Central City Tigers playing in that first matchup. It's a 9U game. It's going to be City Life versus the Central City Tigers. I've seen City Life's 9U, which is the dark side. I've seen City Life's 9U. I've seen Central City Tigers 9U. And if I'm not mistaken, I've seen them play each other already. Listen, hey, Bravo, you already know the vibes, bro. I told you when we first came in. I come in, you come in, we come in together, man. If I can get you in, I'm gonna get you in every time, Bravo. You feel me? Every time, man. We need you out here. We know what you do with the kids, man. You know what you do with the kids. So it's mandatory. I can't be in 2 places at one time. You can't be in 2 places at one time. So why not be there? Me be at one place, you be at one place at the same time, and we give them all the same thing. So Bravo will be in the building this weekend at Hermitage High School. His first game of the day, 4:05, 9U game. City Life versus Central City Tigers. City Life versus Central City Tigers is the first game over there at that facility. The second game over that facility is going to be an 8U game. It's going to be an 8U game. And that game is going to be to be determined right now, but it's going to be Southeast Raleigh Panthers. Southeast Raleigh Panthers will be playing in the 8U game. Who they will be playing will be based off of a first-round game in the other 8U division going on at the other field. 7U. We're going to have the Canes versus West Philly Panthers. Central Virginia Canes versus the West Philly Panthers in the 7U. Central Virginia Cane versus the West Philly Panthers is going to be going down in the 7U game over there. Again, this is at Hermitage High School, right off Parham Road. You go down 95. If you're going towards Richmond from the north, you're going to go down 95 south. You're going to jump right off of Parham Road, go on down Parham Road a little bit, and then you're going to make it right. You're going to be right there at Hermitage High School, baby. Hermitage High School. Great facility, great stadium. Dino, you got a great booth over there to do what you do, Dino. This is going to be one of the matchups that you're going to have is West Philly Panthers versus the Central Virginia Hurricanes, man. The Canes versus the Panthers, man. That's going to be a matchup that he's going to have over there Friday afternoon. And then another matchup he's going to have over there Friday afternoon is the Southeast Raleigh Panthers versus Southeast Raleigh Panthers versus the South Philly Sharks. South Philly Sharks. That game's going to be going on. That's a 7U game. Again, Southeast Raleigh Panthers versus the Southwest Philly Sharks, man. It's going to be another one. Bravo said he going to be on the field. Gotta love it, Bravo. Get it how you get it. It's a beautiful turf field. It's going to be in the afternoon, so you ain't going to be so hot. Plus, the way that they got the stadium built, it tends to block off the sun when the sun sets. So you're going to be good to go. You're not going to be overheated. Plus, they're going to get you some water, man. They're going to take care of you out there, Bravo. They ain't going to let you pass out. I hope not. So Bravo going to be on the field. Y'all heard what he just said. He's going to be on the field. And then his last game, this is a good one, Bravo. Your last game, Bravo. City Life 13U. City Life 13U Chain Gang. City Life 13U Chain Gang versus Watkins Hornets 13U. Chain Gang. City Life versus Watkins Hornets, man. 13U. Listen, This is the 13U. This is the City Life 13U that we watched, that I streamed, going to double overtime, I believe it was, with the mob. I get it, everybody's saying that the mob ain't the same mob, but it's still the mob. It's still the mob. I seen the Chain Gang go toe-to-toe with them, blow for blow, toe-to-toe with them. You understand? You underdig? So again, man, that's going to be a good game right there, Bravo. You got a good one on your hands with this one, bro. You got a good one on the hands with this one. They going to get you that water, dog. So you got a good one on your hands with this one, Bravo. Again, City Life versus Walking Hornets 13U, bro. City Life versus Walking Hornets 13U. Those are the games that's going down Friday at Hermitage High School. Friday at Hermitage High School. Cold World, man. Cold World 3. Those are the games that's going down. Cold World 3, Sunday at Hermitage High School. Make sure you pull up and get you some love in that joint. But if you on the other side of Richmond, we got another field. It's going down, Glover Park. You already know the Sportsplex. All turf fields. It's getting ready to pop off, man. Friday, we got games out there too, man. They got games out there too Friday. So make sure you tap in. It's getting ready to go down, man. And it's a lot of games. Do you hear me? It is a lot of games. Check the comments. What up, Diggy? What's happening with you? It's a lot of games, man. Thursday is going down. Friday. Tomorrow is going down. There's a lot of games popping off, man. Starting off with Delaware Wildcats. Delaware Wildcats will be playing on Field 2. Delaware Wildcats will be playing. This is a 13U game. We got the Delaware Wildcats going against the Dark Chiefs. The Dark Chiefs out of New Jersey. So we'll have the Wildcats going against the Dark Chiefs out of New Jersey. That'll be one of the first games going on. That'll be on Field 2. That game will be going on Field 2. When you pull into the Sportsplex, they are going to be using Field 5, Field 2, and Field 4. So it's going to be two fields side by side. It's going to be the one field on the right when you first turn the corner. And then it's going to be using the two fields over here. If you've ever been there before, on the opposite side of the concrete slab, the practice field is going to be off to the top side. So when you pull in, again, these are going to be the three fields that they're going to be using. There's going to be games going on every time slot. There's going to be 3 games going on every time slot. And we're going to try to bring you the best possible view from all 3 fields. We're going to try to bring you the best possible view from all 3 fields. We're also going to be doing some check-ins from the shit show. But again, the first game up on Field 2, 13U Delaware Wildcats versus the 13U New Jersey Dark Chiefs. Again, the Wildcats and the Dark Chiefs. These are teams I haven't seen before. That's what I like about doing Cold World, because I get to see teams that I haven't seen before. Teams from Jersey, teams from Delaware, teams from the Carolinas, teams from everywhere. That's what I loved about doing it last year. So that's what I know is going to be dope about doing it again this year, man. And I'm going to run through these real quick without looking at the comments so I can get through them, because I know NFL football coming on tonight, Rolling with Rail coming on tonight, so people want to meet me in the war room. So we're going to get through these matchups, bro. So I'm not looking at the comments intentionally, because I know that y'all be throwing me off sometimes. But again, Field 4, again, first set of games, Field 4, we got the Raleigh Southeast Panthers. We got the Raleigh Southeast Panthers 9U taking on the West Philly Panthers 9U. A battle of the Panthers. Who is the real cat? You feel me? Who's the big cat? Southeast or West Philly? Raleigh or Philly? South or the West? What we talking about, man? Who's going to be the biggest Panther on the field that day? That's Field 4. These are Friday games again. That's Field 4. It's a 9U game jumping off in the first set of games. We just talked about the 13U game that's going to be popping off. And then on Field 5, it's going to be a 6U game. One of these names y'all remember is going to be East End Beast End 6U. East End 6U will be playing the Sturgis Hornets. Never heard of them, but guess what? They here. I went on their page. I did a little bit of looking around. They play some ball. So we going to see what's popping, man. It's the Sturgis Hornets versus East End Tigers 6U. That is going to be on Field 5. So the first set of games, Field 2, you got the Delaware Wildcats versus the New Jersey Dark Chiefs. On Field 4 in the first set of games, you got the Southeast Raleigh Panthers versus the West Philly, I said Northwest, versus West Philly Panthers. And then the last game you got on the first set of games, the first 3 games, is the East End Tigers versus the Sturgis Hornets, man. Again, those are the first 3 games going on out at the Glover Park. They will be happening at the same time on 3 different fields, but all 3 fields will be very, 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 very close. It's going to kind of look like it looks right now on the screen. That's how close the field's going to be. The same, as close as these boxes are, is how close the fields are. So you'll be able to see all the good football without walking a far distance. You understand what I'm saying? The second set of games that's going to be going on is going to be the Delaware Wildcats 7U. Delaware Wildcats 7U will be taking on the Sturgis Hornets 7U. Delaware Wildcats will be taking on the Sturgis Hornets 7U. And it's going to be going down, man. It's going to be lit like that. The Wildcats versus the Hornets 7U. That's going to be one of the games in the second set of games that's going to be going on. They're going to be on field 2. So if you're looking for that game, look for field 2. All right? You're going to have the Delaware Wildcats versus Sturgis Hornets 7U. 7U. On field 4 at that same time slot, Sturgeon Hornets is going to stay on there. Their 9U is coming into town, but they're going to be playing Olympias 9U. They're going to be playing Olympias 9U. They're also from up north, so this could be a battle of the north. They also going to be coming into the building and getting it in. So again, that's on field 4, 9U Sturgis Hornets versus 9U Olympias. On field 5 in that second round of games, you got the New Jersey Dark Knights versus the Southeast Raleigh Panthers. New Jersey Dark Knights. I've seen them play before. In fact, I've seen them play twice. And they're going to be playing the Southeast Raleigh Panthers. I've seen these Dark Knights play twice. This is the 10U. I watched them play last year up in Jersey twice when I was up in Jersey. They can ball. Not to take nothing from the Southeast Panthers, but I've never seen Southeast Panthers play before. Never seen them play before. But I've seen the Dark Knights play before. So, if the Panthers are as good as the Knights, then we're going to have us a good game because the Knights normally bring that ball. If the Panthers are better, Knights might be in trouble. So we're going to see about that game. Again, I've only seen one play, so I really can't speak on the other one but so much. You know how I give it up. If I haven't seen you, I haven't seen you. What you want me to say? So we're going to move on to the third set of games. There is 4 sets of games Friday night. There's 4 sets of games Friday night at the Sportsplex. There's 4 sets of games Friday night at the Sportsplex. So make sure you pull up. It's going to be a party. You know the energy in the building. I'm going to be at the Sportsplex. Bravo going to be at Hermitage. So if you're on that side of town, you'll know what I'm saying. You're over there on the West End side of town, then pull up. But if you're over there by Glen Allen, come holler at me. Either way, you're going to see us in the building. You feel me? It's local locker room, Bravo TV, app powered. You know the vibes and the energy. So just pull up, man. Just pull up. So for the third set of games, we got 6U Jags. And they'll be taking on the West Philly Panthers. 6U Jags taking on the West Philly Panthers. West Philly came deep to the event. Look like they got teams in damn near every age group. They came deep to the event. They coming down to get the sweep. I remember the West Philly Panthers from last year. They coming down to get the sweep. Their teams came down last year. They had energy. They had spunk. They was feisty. They coming down to get the sweep with all their teams. I'm just telling you what they told me. They coming down to get the sweep. Jag 6U, can you stop that from happening? West Philly coming to get the sweep. Jag 6U, you can prevent that. We're going to see what happens, man, but that's what you have. That's one of the games in the third round. Then you got the 11U. No, the 11U Virginia Jags backed out. 11U Virginia Jags backed out. So the Dark Horses right now, NC Dark Horses is up right now unless we can find somebody. Last I checked, somebody was looking. 1 second, let me plug it in. It says you're getting low. Last I checked, you know what I'm saying, he was looking to fill the spot. So if you have an 11U and you want to play some ball this weekend, man, hit up Royal Cousins. It's a free slot. Any 11U that wants to get in this tournament this weekend, if you're nearby, if you're local, it's a free slot. Hit up Royal. Maybe you can make it happen last minute. Who knows? But right now, Dark Horses from North Carolina is up 1. I've seen this program play before. I watched their 13Us last year play before. Pretty solid team, pretty strong team. I want to say I believe I watched their 10s last year. pretty strong team. So the Oregon Self is pretty strong. They were supposed to play the Jags. But unfortunately, the Jags were unable to make it, and therefore the Dark Knights will start off up one. If they can't find a team to replace them, the Dark Knights will start off up one, thanks to a forfeit. Thanks to a forfeit, man. It's unbelievable. Thanks to a forfeit, they're up one. But it is what it is. Again, the Jags is who they were supposed to play. It's not going to happen. So Dark Knights up one. As we move on, we got one more game. This is the third game. Third game popping off. We got Olympias. This is the third game popping off. We got Olympias versus Silk City Cardinals. Silk City was here last year. They were here last year. That was another team that caught my attention. They had two, maybe three teams last year. One of the younger teams, I can't remember the exact age group, but one of the younger teams caught my attention last year. They were balling. They was with all bull. They was with the smoke. So we're going to see what happens with them Olympias this year as they play each other. Silk City Cardinals versus Olympias 12U. Olympias is another one that brought a couple teams down. They might be trying to look for the sweep. But Silk City said they're going to see what they can do about that. So it's the Silk City Cardinals 12U versus Olympias 12U. That is also one of the three games that's going down in the third time slot. Again, 6U Virginia Jags versus West Philly Panthers. The 11U Virginia Jags versus the Dark Horses. Dark Horses up one because the Jags backed out. And then the 6U Fredericksburg Jags versus the 6U Dark Horses will be going down. The 12U Silk City Cardinals versus 12U Olympias will be going down. The next slot, we got the 6U Jackets. 6U Fredericksburg Jackets versus the 6U Delaware Wildcats. Delaware Wildcats versus the Jackets. I know who coached the Jackets. I haven't seen them play. I know they just went out to Tennessee and did their thing. In fact, I believe if I'm wrong, I'll be corrected. But I believe they just went out to Tennessee this past weekend, and the 6U actually won that tournament. And I know who they coached by. I know the coaches pretty well. I understand. I know that they understand the game of football, and they're going to coach them babies up. So 6U Jackets versus the Wildcats. Again, I have not seen the Wildcats play. I have not seen the Delaware Wildcats play. So we're going to see what's popping with that game. But that's the 6U game in the fourth group of games. The fourth group of games, that's the 6U game. So that'll be a later on in the evening game. Might get the babies under the lights. The babies under the lights would be so dope. Also in that group is the 9U Dark Knights. 9U Dark Knights. 9U Dark Knights will be taking on the Slaughter Gang. Slaughter Gang. DMVU Slaughter Gang is in the building. They got their first dub this weekend of the preseason. They first dub of the preseason this past weekend at the Dingus tournament. Dingus and Wood tournament, preseason kickoff classic. Slaughter Gang came out the first night. It didn't look as good. They looked a little uncomfortable. And they lost 0-12, but then they came back the next day and they salvaged, or whatever you want to call it. They came back the next day, they regrouped, and they won 12-0. So they lost 1-0-12. They won 1-12-0. So they bounced back. They won in the preseason. I know these guys. Again, I've seen the Dark Horses 8U play last year up in Jersey. Not a bad team. Pretty darn good. Slaughter Gang I know as well, and they're adding pieces and they're starting to come together. So this should be a pretty good 9U matchup right here. Slaughter Gang versus the Dark Knights. And then after that game, we got also not after that game because again we're using 3 fields. Also at that same time, man, on field 5. That game here is on field 4, but on field 5 we got the 757 Goats versus the West Philly Panthers. 757 Goats versus the West Philly Panthers at 10U. Have not seen neither one of these teams. But again, this is what I like about Cold World because Cousins don't just get local teams. He gets teams from Philly, Delaware, North Carolina, South Carolina, everywhere, dog. So I get to see these teams. I have not seen the 757 Goats. I've heard a little bit about them, but I haven't seen them play. I haven't seen the West Philly Panthers 10U. I seen their older teams last year. I think it was like a 12 and a 13. So I'm dying to see how this is going to pop off, man. West Philly versus the 7-5. We're going to see what's happening. We're going to see what's popping off. But again, that game is going down, and that game is on field 5. And then after that, we got the 11U Jackets versus the Dark Knights. After that game, we got the 11U Jackets versus the Dark Knights. And it's going down. 11U Jackets have been making some noise. They got the youngin' Z. They got great coaches over there. It's a good team. 11U Jackets is a good team. I seen 10U Dark Knights last year. It's a good team. So therefore, this game is going to be, it should be a good game. We going to see, again, North versus the South. Fredericksburg versus the New York. It's about to go down, man. I mean, New Jersey. It's about to go down, man. The Jackets versus the Knights. We're going to see what's happening. We're going to see what's popping off. This 11U game. It's the last game of this group of games. Again, on field 4, you got on field 2, you got the 6U game with the Fredericksburg Jackets versus the 6U Delaware Wildcats. On field 4 with this group, you got the 9U New Jersey Dark Knights versus Slaughter game. And then on field 5, you got 10U versus the 757 Goats. The 757 Goats versus the West Philly Panthers. And then this game right here starts the last set of the games for the night. This game right here will be under the lights. The lights will be on for this game, man. The lights will be on for this game right here, as it's one of the first games in the last set of games. The Jackets versus the Dark Knights. After the Jackets versus the Dark Knights are at the same time as the Jackets versus the Dark Knights. On the field right behind them, field 4, you got the 12U. 12U Dark Knights versus Delaware Wildcats. 12U Dark Knights versus the Delaware Wildcats will be going on at the same time on a separate field. Wildcats versus the Dark Knights, same time, separate field. Dark Knights gonna have two teams playing at the same time. It goes down like that sometimes. But it's gonna be fun. Pull up, man. And the last game of the night is the 8U game. It's the Sturgis Hornets versus Olympias. Sturgis Hornets 8U versus Olympias. 8U is going down. That will be the last group. The last group of the night is going to be the Jackets. 11U versus the New Jersey Dark Knights. The 12U Dark Knights versus Delaware Wildcats. And the 8U Sturgis Hornets versus 8U Olympus is the last game is the last group of games for the night. Last group of games for the night, man. So make sure y'all tap in. I'm telling you, last time I went out there, the last time I played in Royal Cousins event, it was lit. It was fire. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It was a good event. Hold on, I'm about to close some of this stuff down so I can get back to what I was doing. It was a good event. Hold on 1 second. Dark Knights, yes, Dark Knights are a pretty good joint. Lowe said they played West Philly Panthers. I'm sorry, y'all, I didn't see the comments at first, but I'm getting back to the comments now. Lowe said they played the West Philly Panthers. Listen, it's going to be a good game, man. It's definitely going to be a good game. It's going to be a good event. Cold World 3 is always a good event. Cold World is always a good event. Cold World 2 was good. Cold World 1 was good. So it's going to be a good event. It's going to be a fire event. It's going down. Y'all know the vibes and the energy, man. Cold World 3. Make sure you pull up and pop out. 2 different fields, 2 different areas. Make sure you pull up and pop out, man. Cold World 3 is going down. You're going to have Hermitage High School is going to have games on Friday night, Saturday as well, I believe. And then Glover Park is going to be having 3 fields going on at one time. 3 fields going at one time. Bravo's going to be on the field over at Hermitage High School, bringing you live feeds, bringing you games. I'm going to be over at Glover Park trying to bring you multiple games at one time. That's what we do, man. That's what we do at Local Locker Room. We're going to try to bring you multiple games at one time, the best that we can. You feel me? All right, make sure you continue to tap in. Make sure you continue to tap in, man. Again, I really appreciate you guys. I'm truly grateful. I appreciate the love, the respect. Shout out to Royal Cousins. It's getting ready to go down. Shout out to my man Lionel Lucas. Again, 2 events popping off the same weekend. Make sure you pull up. 1 out towards Petersburg, 1 right here in the heart of Richmond, and Glen Lee in the West End, Glen Allen in the West End. Make sure you pull up, man. Cold World is going down. If you have any questions whatsoever, make sure you hit up Royal Cousins. Be sure to hit up Royal Cousins if you have any questions so that he can get all of your questions answered prior to you getting there. Hit him up. Don't hesitate. Don't wait. Hit him up immediately so you don't have any questions once you get there and everything is out of the way. You feel me? You're going to have your wristband. Be sure to turn in your rosters. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not done. They're going to have fire belts. And see, I got mine from last year. You feel me? So make sure you pull up. It's going down Cold World, man. You got to make sure you pull up. It's going down Cold World. See, I got mine from last year. It's going down, man. Cold World. Make sure you pull up. It's a beautiful thing. Make sure you pull up, man. Cold World. Make sure you pull up. Come and get your ring. Come and get your football on. It's going to be a fly, dope event. Again, Cold World 3. Make sure you tap in, man. Games all weekend long. You just got to make sure you tap in, man. Again. Make sure your rosters is straight. Make sure everybody's name is right. Make sure you got your IDs. Make sure you come ready, prepared. It is the admission fee to get in the gate. Don't come out there with no BS. Don't come out there with no nonsense. Come out there for the good football, man. With that being said, it's your boy Samson, the bad guy. Again, make sure you continue to tap in. We're getting ready to head over to the war room. I'm going to holler at you later. It's Cold World 3. I'm going to say it again. Cold World 3. Hermitage High School. Glover Park. All weekend long. Pull up. Bravo. The bad guy. It's getting ready to go down, man. Make sure you tap in.